The classroom was silent. All eyes were on one boy standing near the front. His hands were shaking. His old backpack hung from one shoulder. One of his shoes had a small hole in it. Sophie, the rich girl with the newest phone and perfect hair, pointed at him and laughed. "Sophie, guys, look. The janitor's son thinks he belongs in our class." A few kids giggled. Some looked down, scared to say anything. Eli's face turned red. His eyes were wet, but he tried not to cry. Sophie walked closer, holding her phone up, recording him. "Sophie, say something, Eli. Tell everyone what your dad does. Come on, don't be shy. Or are you ashamed?" Eli whispered, "My dad, he works here." Sophie smirked. "Yeah, as the janitor. He cleans our trash. And his son sits with us like we are equal? This school is funny." The class was quiet. You could almost hear Eli's heart beating. Mrs. Grace, the teacher, walked into the room and noticed the tension. "Mrs. Grace, what is going on here?" Sophie quickly dropped her phone and sat down. Sophie, with a fake sweet voice, "Nothing, ma'am. We're just talking." Eli slowly went back to his seat. He stared at his desk. His hands were still shaking. Mrs. Grace looked at him with worry, but the class had already begun. You know that feeling when someone insults you and you can't say anything back? That was Eli in that moment. But what no one knew was this. The same rich girl who laughed at him today would soon stand in front of the whole school, with tears in her eyes, begging for his forgiveness. And the shocking truth about Eli and his janitor father would change everything. If you were in Eli's place, what would you do? The school looked like a palace. Big white building, shiny glass windows, expensive cars at the gate. Every morning, rich parents dropped their kids off and drove away. But Eli did not arrive in a car. He came early, on foot, wearing a uniform that was a little too big. Before class, he helped his father, Mr. Carter, the school janitor. Mr. Carter pushed the cleaning cart down the empty halls. He wore simple clothes, old shoes, and a tired smile. "Mr. Carter, Eli, you should go. Class will start." "I'll finish this." "Eli, it's okay, Dad. I like helping you." Eli took a broom and swept the corner quietly. He looked at the school walls with posters of top students and future leaders. Deep inside, he whispered to himself, "One day, I will be up there too." But reality was hard. In class, Eli was the janitor's son. That was his label. At the same time, Sophie arrived. Her driver opened the car door. She stepped out wearing designer shoes and a new bag. "Driver, have a good day, Miss Sophie." Sophie didn't even look at him. She scrolled through her phone, checking her followers and likes. Sophie walked past Mr. Carter without a hello. Her perfume stayed in the air. Mr. Carter gave her a soft nod anyway. He was used to being invisible. In class, Sophie sat with her rich friends, Mia and Grace, a different Grace from the teacher. They whispered and laughed, showing each other new bracelets and phones. "Mia, did you see that boy? The one who walks in with the janitor." Grace, "Yeah, he sits in the back. His shoes, they look like they're from 10 years ago." Sophie smiled slowly. "Sophie, watch. I'll make the whole class see who he really is." Later, when Eli stood up to answer a question, his pencil fell. As he bent to pick it up, his shoe slid forward and the small hole became visible. Mia noticed first. Mia, whispering, "Sophie, look at his shoe." Sophie's eyes lit up. She stood up, walked toward him, and the scene you saw in the hook happened. Her laughter felt like knives. Eli wanted to disappear. He stared at the floor, blinking fast to stop the tears. Mrs. Grace tried to continue the lesson, but she knew something was wrong. After class, when everyone left, she stopped Eli. Mrs. Grace, soft voice, "Eli, are you okay?" Eli forced a smile. "Eli, I'm fine, ma'am." His voice cracked. He looked away. "Mrs. Grace, you know, your marks are the best in this class. Don't let anyone make you feel less." Eli nodded, but his eyes said something else. "I am tired of being less." That afternoon, over the school speaker, the principal made an announcement. "Principal, attention students. Tomorrow we will begin our special innovation project competition. The winning team will get a full scholarship and a special internship with a big tech company." Full scholarship. Those two words hit Eli like lightning. His father would not have to worry about fees. His future could change. But Sophie heard the same words and smiled too. "Sophie, perfect. Another chance for me to show I am the best." She had no idea. The boy she just humiliated was about to become the center of a truth that would shock the whole school. Next morning, the classroom buzzed with excitement. Mrs. Grace, clapping her hands, "All right, class, listen. You will work in groups of 2 for the innovation project. You have to create something helpful for the school or the community. An app, a design, an idea. Anything smart and useful." Students looked around, picking their friends. Mia turned to Sophie. "We'll work together, right?" Before Sophie could answer, Mrs. Grace spoke again. "Mrs. Grace, this time I will choose the pairs. I want everyone to learn from new people." Groans filled the room. She began to read the list. Grace and Mia, Daniel and Leo, then Eli and Sophie. The class went silent for a second. Sophie's jaw dropped. "Sophie, ma'am, are you serious? With him?" Mrs. Grace looked at her firmly. Mrs. Grace, "Yes, Sophie. With him. Eli is very smart. You both can make something great together." Sophie rolled her eyes. Eli's heart thumped. He felt both nervous and a little hopeful. After class, they sat at the back of the room to discuss. "Eli, carefully, we could build an app to help students report bullying or ask for help. Anonymous, so they are not scared." Sophie laughed. "Sophie, of course the janitor's son wants to talk about bullying. Look, we need something flashy. Something big. People don't care about feelings. They like things that look cool." Eli stayed quiet for a moment. His fingers played with the broken zipper of his bag. "Eli, softly, people care when they are the ones being hurt." Sophie ignored him. "Sophie, anyway, I'll talk to my dad's IT guy. He'll help me do something. You just stay out of the way and put my name first, okay?" Eli looked up. "Eli, it's a group project. We both." Sophie raised a hand. "Sophie, listen. I have a reputation. Everyone expects me to win. You people don't even know your last name. Don't ruin this for me." Her words were sharp. They stabbed more than any knife. That evening, Eli sat at the small kitchen table in their tiny apartment. There were cracks in the wall. A single dim bulb hung from the ceiling. His notebooks were open. He was sketching app screens. Mr. Carter came home late, hands dirty from cleaning. "Mr. Carter," tired smile, "still studying, son?" Eli wiped his eyes quickly so his father wouldn't see. "Eli, yeah. There's a competition. If we win, we get a scholarship." Mr. Carter sat down, looking at him with pride and sadness. "Mr. Carter, you know, I never went to a school like yours. I clean those fancy floors so you can sit in those fancy classrooms." His hands shook slightly as he took Eli's paper. "Mr. Carter, what is this?" "Eli, an app. to help students report bullying. So no one has to feel like I do. His voice broke on the last words. Mr. Carter's eyes filled with tears. Mr. Carter whispering, "You are stronger than me, Eli. You are not just my son. You are my hero." Next day at school, Eli came with a clear plan, drawings, and ideas. He was excited to show Sophie. But when he entered the room, he saw her sitting with Mia. They were laughing. On Sophie's laptop, there was a slideshow titled, "Safe Speak Anti-Bullying App by Sophie Kane." Eli stopped. "Eli, that's my idea." Sophie closed the laptop quickly. "Sophie, relax. I just improved it. I changed a few screens. And anyway, when we win, your name will be somewhere small on the side." His chest hurt. His head felt light. Eli quietly, "You stole it." Sophie coldly, "I saved it. No one listens to you. But they listen to me. So if you want this app to exist, let me take the lead. Do you want the scholarship or not?" Eli looked down at his worn-out shoes. He thought of his father's tired face. Slowly, he nodded. Inside, something broke. That afternoon, the principal made another announcement. "Principal, tomorrow we will have a special guest. The founder of the company sponsoring this project will visit our school. He wants to see your ideas. The winning team may also get a chance to intern at his company in the future." The class buzzed with excitement. Sophie's eyes sparkled. "Sophie, see? I told you. This is big. Don't mess this up." Eli walked out of the classroom alone. He leaned against the hallway wall, eyes closed. He whispered, "Maybe I should just quit." What he didn't know was, someone had seen everything. Mia had recorded a small video the day Sophie laughed at him, and another one when Sophie stole his idea. Guilt was growing inside her. That night, she sent those videos to someone who could actually do something. Someone who was coming to the school tomorrow. The man who would expose the truth. The next day, the school hall was decorated. Banners, lights, and a big screen on the stage. All the students sat in rows. Teachers watched from the side. Eli sat at the end of a row, far from the stage. He felt invisible. The principal walked to the mic. "Principal, students, today we welcome a very special guest. The founder and CEO of TechBridge Solutions, Mr. Daniel Gray." A tall man in a simple but neat suit walked in. He did not look like a flashy billionaire. He looked calm and kind. Sophie whispered to Mia, "That's the guy. My dad said he's one of the richest men in the city." Mia's hands were sweating. She knew what she had done last night. Mr. Gray smiled at the students. "Mr. Gray, I grew up in a place where kids like me were told we were nothing. But a school janitor once helped me study at night. He cleaned classrooms in the day, and he taught me how to dream." Eli's heart skipped a beat. "A janitor? Mr. Gray, so today I want to see your ideas. Not just from the rich, not just from the loud, but from everyone." The projects began. One by one, students went on stage. Some showed robots. Some showed games. Some showed posters. Then it was Sophie and Eli's turn. Sophie walked confidently to the stage. Eli followed slowly, eyes on the floor. On the big screen behind them, the title appeared. "Safe Speak, Anti-Bullying App." Mr. Gray leaned forward, interested. Sophie took the mic. "Sophie," bright smile. "Good morning. I am Sophie Kane, and this is my partner, Eli." She said his name like it was nothing. "Sophie, I came up with an idea to help students report bullying secretly. With my app, Safe Speak, students don't have to be scared anymore." Eli felt his throat tighten. He opened his mouth to speak, but fear held him back. He saw Sophie's eyes. A warning. Mr. Gray watched them carefully. Mr. Gray. Interesting. And how did you help Eli? The hall was silent. Everyone waited. Eli's fingers trembled around the mic. He looked at Mr. Gray, then at the crowd, then at Sophie. She shook her head slightly, a fake smile on her face. Sophie, whispering, "Don't." Something inside Eli snapped. He took a deep breath. Eli, voice shaking but clear. I thought of the app. I drew the screens. I made the plan. Because I know how bullying feels. Gasps went through the hall. Sophie's smile froze. Sophie, quickly, "That's not true. He's confused." Before she could finish, a voice spoke from the side. Mia, standing up, "That's a lie. I have proof." All eyes turned to her. Mia's hands were shaking as she walked to the front with her phone. "Mia, I'm sorry, Sophie. I can't stay silent anymore." She handed her phone to the principal. On the big screen, a video started playing. First video, Sophie laughing at Eli's shoe, calling him Janitor's son. The whole hall watched. Some students looked away, embarrassed. Mrs. Grace covered her mouth with her hand. Second video, Sophie's laptop with the Safe Speak slides. Eli's drawings next to it. Sophie saying, "I changed some screens. When we win, your name will be small." The room was dead quiet. You could hear Sophie's breathing. Her face turned pale. Mr. Gray's eyes darkened. He turned to Eli. "Mr. Gray, gentle. Is this true, Eli?" Eli nodded slowly, tears in his eyes. Eli, "Yes, sir. But it's okay. I'm used to." Mr. Gray cut him off. Mr. Gray, firm. "No. It is not okay." He turned to the crowd. "Mr. Gray, this school is teaching top subjects. But are you teaching respect? Are you teaching that the son of a janitor is worth less than the daughter of a rich man?" No one spoke. Mr. Carter stood at the back of the hall. He had come in quietly to watch. Now his eyes were filled with tears. Mr. Gray looked at him and then at Eli. "Mr. Gray, what is your father's name, son?" Eli, wiping his eyes, "Carter. He's the janitor here." Mr. Gray's face softened with recognition. "Mr. Gray, Carter from Brookside Street?" Mr. Carter stepped forward, surprised. "Mr. Carter, yes, sir. How do you know?" Mr. Gray walked off the stage, straight to him. Mr. Gray, emotional, "You don't remember me, do you? You used to let a skinny boy study in the empty classroom after you finished cleaning. You gave him your old books. You told him not to give up." Mr. Carter stared at him, eyes wide. Mr. Carter, whispering, "Daniel? Little Daniel." Mr. Gray smiled with tears. Mr. Gray, "Yes. Little Daniel. The boy you helped is now the CEO of TechBridge." The hall exploded in whispers. Students looked at Eli differently now. Their jaws dropped. Sophie looked like the ground had disappeared under her feet. Mr. Gray turned back to the stage. "Mr. Gray, so let me make some things clear. The true creator of SafeSpeak is Eli Carter. He wins this competition. He gets the full scholarship. And when he's ready, he gets an internship at my company." Eli covered his mouth. Tears streamed down his face. The whole hall clapped. Some students stood up. Mr. Gray wasn't finished. Mr. Gray, turning to Sophie, "And you, Sophie, you have good brains, but a proud heart. You didn't just steal an idea. You tried to crush someone because of who his father is." Sophie's eyes filled with tears. Sophie, voice shaking, I'm sorry. I didn't think it would go so far. Mr. Gray, that is the problem. People like you never think it will go far. But it always goes too far for the one being hurt. The principal stepped forward. Principal, serious. Sophie, you are removed from the project. For the next month, after school, you will work with the janitor team. You will help clean the halls you walk on. And you will apologize to Eli and his father, properly. The hall was quiet again. This was karma. Not with shouting. Not with fists. But with truth. Sophie's makeup was ruined now. Tears ran down as she walked slowly to Eli. Her hands were shaking. Sophie, whispering, Eli, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I thought money made me better. It doesn't. Can you forgive me? Eli looked at her for a long moment. He remembered the laughter, the shame, the pain. Then he remembered his father's words. You are not just my son. You are my hero. Eli, softly, I forgive you. But I won't forget. And I hope you don't forget either. Sophie nodded, crying harder. Later, outside the hall, Mr. Carter hugged Eli tightly. Mr. Carter, voice breaking, you did it, son. You stood up. You showed them who you are. I am so proud of you. Eli hugged him back, eyes closed. At the gate, some students came to him. Daniel, hey Eli, your idea was really cool, man. Mia, I'm sorry I didn't speak earlier. You didn't deserve what happened. For the first time, Eli walked through the school. Not as the janitor's son, but as the boy everyone respected. Never laugh at someone because they are poor. You don't know their story. You don't know who they will become. The person you look down on today might be the one standing above you tomorrow.